Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Play Like a Pirate. Probably the best session that you're ever going to attend today. We're just selfish that way, so we have to say that. Today, we're talking to you about pirate hooks, engagement strategy hooks that you can use in the classroom. If you have been in TIP, we took you through a little bit of pirate last year. A few years ago, I did Pirate 101 with some teachers. So this is all new. So you're not going to see the same hooks you saw for those two trainings. This is all brand new. We are taking all of our hooks out of the book Teach Like a Pirate by Dave Burgess. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard of it, run quickly to Barnes & Noble or Amazon and get it, because it is by far one of the best little Bibles of engagement strategies that I have come across. So with that, Pirate is an acronym for certain things. P for passion. How passionate are you in front of your classroom on a daily basis? Think about it. Smiling. Enthusiasm. Oh, that's at the end. I can't talk about that. Immersion. How immersed are you in the content that you're delivering? Do you really understand it? Do you really want to set the stage, set the tone? Provide engagement strategies for your students. Rapport. How are you building those relationships in the classroom? That has a lot to do with how enthusiastic you're going to be in front of the classroom. Ask and analyze. As teachers, we reflect. How many questions are you asking about the content that you're delivering and how you're delivering it, and the feedback that you're getting from students? And then are you really analyzing that so that you can do better next time? Transformation. Are you ready to be transformative in your classroom? Yes. Oh, we got to liven this group up. And enthusiasm. You need enthusiasm every day. You don't have to be bouncing off walls every day, but you need to be up there. You need to be excited about what you're teaching, what they're going to learn, because then your students will be excited as well.
That's right. And so, as Elena said, we're showing you guys different pirate hooks today. We already have shown you two of those hooks. The first one being the costume hook, which we are both wearing Pittsburgh Pirate t-shirt swag because, it's got the pirate theme. And then we also showed you the music hook, which is when you came in, there was music playing that was piratey themed. And you can also use music in your classroom with whatever theme you might be introducing them to. And so throughout this session, what we're going to do is show you and have you experience several more of these pirate hooks. And what we need is we're going to do that one first.
Yes.
All right, we're going to do that one first, but when she holds it up, I need everybody in the room to say it with their proudest piratey yelp. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Props hook!
That's not piratey. It's got to say props hook.
1, 2, 3. Props hook!
All right, there we be.
And we already gave you a prop because as you came in the door, Chris asked for your hand in engagement and gave you a ring pop so that you would be engaged today. So think about those little tiny things that you can give your students that would spark curiosity as soon as they walk in the room. Slide. Got to keep Chris on his toes here. Yeah. So the props hook. Think about the physical items that you could bring in your classroom that maybe you got from home. Thinking about the things that you could bring in that students could actually touch. What could you pass around? What could they actually feel? Could they, if you're talking about a certain person, could you bring in a picture of that person or, a famous person? If you are talking about a book, can you actually bring in the book so that you can pass it around so that they can see it? Hold on to your raffle tickets because we're giving away books today. All right? Instead of... Right, yes. What can you bring that students could actually hold that you could pass up and down the aisles? I know a couple trainings ago I brought some McDonald's French fries that I let sit for about a month, and I said, look, medical teachers, the fries stayed the same from the day that I bought them until I brought them to you today, and we passed them up and down the aisle. So what could you bring that could just get students interested in what they're learning, that they could actually touch and feel instead of the book, instead of the computer? Okay.
Awesome. So another thing I like to show you is we do have some awesome technology that we use. And what I need is a volunteer. Anybody? Thank you. Come on down. Yeah, do you want to come on up here? So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to show you something that is called a Google Expedition. And what this is a way for your students to be able to see some awesome things that Google created. So I'm going to have you hold on to that. And using my phone, I'm going to take you guys on an expedition. You're going to be able to see on the screen what she is seeing on this iPad. On my phone, I'm going to go to the app. And since this is predominantly medical, we're going to take a quick view of the human anatomy respiratory system. I'm going to start an expedition on my phone, she should have a display pop up. Go ahead and click on join.
So will that only work with the iPhone and the iPad, or is there also a lot of my students have Android?
Yeah, so as far as I know, it will work on an iOS device and Android, but it also should work on Chromebooks as well. And so basically you as the teacher can bring this up on a device, even your computer, your teacher computer, and as long as your students have some sort of device, they can all log in together. And so to kind of show you what this does, and this is absolutely 100% free, is we're going to take a quick expedition of the lungs. And so it'll pop up here in a sec. So you can move around. There's the lungs there. So you guys are seeing what she is seeing. And so like I could ask you, and it has even questions that you can ask and gives you prompts on what to say. And so as a beginner question, we can say, what do lungs do? What do they do? Respiratory therapist.
They exchange, excuse me, I was eating. Exchange carbon dioxide and oxygen and get rid of waste.
Very good. And so what I can have you is I can look at the right lung. So what you're going to do is move around. We're going to look at the right lung there. There we go. And then we're going to take a look at the left lung. So you're going to move around again. Keep going. There's the left. That's what the left lung looks like. And now we're going to move on to air exchange. And I'll go ahead and start that one there. And again, I'm just doing all this on my phone, just following the prompt. So as she moves around, she gets to see what this looks like. Another question it has is, how does the heart and lungs work together? Your students can answer that. And then we can look at the circulatory system with the respiratory system. So she's going to move on over that way. And then we're going to look at the heart pumps blood to the lungs. And there we go there. And so that is a Google expedition. There are tons and tons of stuff that you guys can do. Go ahead and give her a hand.
Wonderful. And does it have lawnmowers and stuff too?
Yes. In fact, thank you for reminding me. Come on up here and grab this. Go ahead and grab onto that. I'm glad you remind me. And so we're going to do this one a little bit quick here. I'm going to disconnect you from that one. And we're going to look at a forensic scene.
Oh, cool.
Crime scene?
Are you going to tell us how to get into that?
You how to get into
That thing.
this. So you can just look up as an app, just look up Google Expeditions, and it'll pop up there. So we're going to click on join.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and click join again. And so if I am a criminal investigations instructor, and I'm going to start this guide. It's going to show me what a crime scene is, and you can use your finger there to kind of bring it in closer. Might be a little bit delayed because of the TV. And then you can spin it around and kind of we discussed what has occurred in this crime scene. I can move. You can do either. And then I can move on to further stuff like so this now we're looking at fingerprints. How are fingerprints used in a crime scene, and kind of discusses that. And so again, Google Expeditions, it's a fantastic tool, completely free. You just have to download it, and you can start checking it out. Have your students check it out as well. Cool. All right, give her a hand. Thank you. And if I could have one more volunteer. Go ahead and come on out, Shelly. And I'm going to show you this cool little thing, which is called a merge cube. And go ahead and, if you could show it to everybody, tell them how it feels.
Feels squishy.
All right.
Soft, squishy, yeah. Like a stress
No, that
ball.
looks like from Hellraiser. Don't mess with that.
And so what this cube has is what I like about it is it's something tactile that you can use in your classroom. It's using the VR, but it also gives them something to actually hold in their hands. And just a second here, I'm getting this loaded up. This is just one app that is for this merge cube. And so if I could have you kind of hold it out in front of a little iPad here. There we go. So we're looking at the brain. Feel free to go ahead and spin it around.
How cool.
Oh, that's trippy.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
There we go. And then I can tap on it. Should look at the inside of the brain. I can keep tapping. Now we're going to look at the heart. There we go. Heart's beating. You can move it around. like that. And as you hold it, I can use my camera to kind of go in closer there. Ooh, a little bit too close. And then we can see, we can tap it again, see how blood is flowing through the heart, and it gives a little description here. I can move my camera and read it and talk about it. And that way, again, this is something tactile your students can mess around and play with.
That is
so
cool.
very cool. Give Shelly a hand. Thank you very much. And that was which hook?
What was that? Crops hook.
Wait, so how do we get a hold of one of those cubes then?
Well,
You'll find out.
you'll find out.
Okay.
So hold on to your raffle ticket. We'll be giving away 2 merge cubes to this session and 2 books, and then you all have a budget. Just saying. They're like what? $12, $20?
12 somewhere.
They're very inexpensive.
It was a high tech.
Oh no! It's very inexpensive.
So once, here's the first question. So once you guys buy the cube, like I said, it's about $12. You can get it on Amazon. I think even Walmart has them. And once you have the cube, there's tons and tons of apps available for it. There's games, there's medical stuff. Just like everything else, some of the apps are completely free to use with it, and some of the apps might cost you $1 or $2. But yeah, there's tons of stuff available for
What is
it.
the name of the cube?
Merge cube.
Number 2. What is it?
Say it like a pirate!
It's a little scary when it's
So the Picasso hook obviously has to do with art. What are your students doing in your classroom that entertains their interest in terms of art? Are they drawing? Are they creating brochures? Are they designing websites for your content? What are they doing besides just sitting and writing? And it doesn't have to necessarily be paint. It could be lots of things. You could ask them to, draw something that describes what they've learned in the class today. In the first session, what was really cool is we have a teacher who uses her whiteboard, and she gets them up there and she has them draw something that they have learned for the day. That's really cool before like their exit ticket as they walk out the door. So we're going to give you some ideas for the art hook or the Picasso hook. What can your students draw? What kind of can they make something of some kind of non-linguistic representation of what the content that they're learning? Can they create visuals with key information? You're going to walk away today with a visual that we're giving you to take away. Hold on for that. Can they design word pictures in which the way the word is written reveals its definition? So I know you guys use vocabulary in your classes. Yeah. Can they draw it instead of write the definition? Think about ways that you can create, use art inside the classroom. So, everybody up? Do we need more? We do. You're good? How many do we have? 4. We have 4? Okay, we're good.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to break into groups of 4. I need one group here at this whiteboard, and then at each of the 3 green papers, go ahead and disperse yourself into groups of 4. Good. So what we're going to do is play a piratey game that's never been played before called Pictionary. So I need each of you to have an artist. My artist is going to open that envelope there. Don't tell your team what it is. Don't show your group.
I gotta put my ring on.
Don't show your group.
Don't show your group. And as soon as you open your envelope, begin drawing. Our next hook be...
Oh, that was bad.
Swimming with the sharks hook.
One more time.
What'd it be? Arr.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how can you use your whole entire classroom as your stage? We didn't have a front, we don't have a beginning, we don't have an end, we don't have a podium. We are literally using the whole entire room to move you around. Think about how you can change up your room and that your lesson plan takes the whole entire room. So we're going to demonstrate something for you. There are 4 papers, 4 little poster signs hanging on the wall. We are going to ask you to rate your level of student engagement. So number 1, are you at bat? Meaning engagement? What is that? You can go over there.
How do you feel about it?
How do you feel about it? Are you on base? Meaning my students are engaged sometimes. I want you to stand in that corner. If you are rounding third base, my students are mostly engaged and I kind of got this. Or you are a home run all-star and engagement strategies, you could teach us all a thing or two. I want you in that corner. Yeah. So rate where you think you are.
Right here in the middle.
All right, talk to your teammates about why you feel you are in that corner. Are you guys in the middle? All right.
Sometimes and most of the time.
And we're going to ask you to share that out. So you guys talk. So we will start with at bat.
So for us, it's we're all first-year teachers right here. So
Crybabies. We love our crybabies.
still learning the rules of the game.
So we don't even really have the bat yet.
Okay, that's fair enough. Very nice. Robert, you are like all over the field.
Because sometimes in class we're just up to bat. Sometimes we're on first base. Sometimes we're third, rounding, and hopefully eventually on most days we have a home run. So that's why.
That's all right. Very good. All right.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So the next thing we're going to do, and as we discussed, swimming with the sharks. Obviously, we're referring to the students as the sharks, and you're kind of out there. And us as teachers, we like to present from where it's comfortable. You might have a podium that you're staying at all the time. You might have a desk that you sit at and you work from. Or even if you do use the room, you notice you stand in the same spot every day when you have something to tell them. And so the purpose of this hook is that you're out there amongst them, talking to them, interacting with them, and being one of them in the crowd. And to kind of show you another way that we're going to use the room is I'm going to have all of you line up with your birthday month and date, starting with December over here, going all the way through to January over there.
September, October.
November what?
October
23rd, 25th. December 31st.
This right, you guys are all in order, so we'll start here.
January 10th. January 15th.
January 22.
January 26th. February 7th. March.
March what?
March 10th.
Okay.
May 21st.
Okay.
June 5th. July 14th. I almost said 15th because I didn't say March. July 14th. August 1st.
September 23rd.
September 30th.
Okay.
October 5th.
October 25th.
November 20th.
Fantastic. Good job. You guys did it.
We know how to follow directions.
And this was awesome.
So think about how you can line up your students when they're coming in the door as a closure activity and before they leave. Doesn't really have anything to do with the content, but they have to think. They have to use some critical thinking skills, but they have to figure it out on their own. So think about little things that you can do like this that don't take very long. Oh, we're going with kinesthetic. What is it? Kinesthetic. Which means what? Moving you guys around, which we have, so we are going to continue to move. What kind of things are you doing in your classroom today where your students are up and moving? They're just not sitting in their desks. They're just not in pods. Moving them from facing the front to pods is not moving. How are you getting them up every day? Are they going to the board? Are they stretching? Are they doing the line activity? So with that, we are going to move you again.
All right. So for this activity, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a process, and what you need to do is put yourself in the steps, acting out what you do to accomplish that process. For example, tying a shoelace. You might say, I'm the shoe. And the next person, I'm the lace. And the next person, well, I have to cross the laces. And the next person, well, I have to make a little bunny rabbit ears. And then you go all the way through until you have the ending of tying a shoe. So I'm going to give you a card. You guys have a few minutes to figure out what the step is, how you're going to act out your part of it.
How you're going to line yourselves up.
And line yourselves up. Go ahead and go.
According to the step. Ready?
Yes. Boys do it. And the girls just took a step and moved.
Start here?
Yes.
Okay, what do you have?
Brushing your teeth.
All right. Tell us or show us.
So I would grab the toothbrush.
Okay.
I turn the water on and wet the toothbrush.
I'll open the toothpaste, put it on the toothbrush.
And then I'll start brushing.
Very nice. So is there anything in your classroom that you could do and break them up in groups and have them act out those little pieces of the content for you guys? You know, demonstrate something instead of having them write it down. Can they do this in groups? It teaches them problem solving. It teaches them communication. Someone's got to take the lead. Think about those things.
So now what we're going to have you do is we're going to one way of using the room and using kinesthetic is have you guys stand in a map of where you were born. So, for example, Elena is California.
I'm Southern California.
Elena's Southern California.
No, gotta be more specific. How many of us are California? We're all California.
Elena's Southern California.
No, you-
Over where Donna is, we could say is New York. Position yourself as to where you were born.
Where was I born?
Yeah.
Riverside, California.
Pomona. Tarzana. Riverside. Riverside.
Arcadia. Marcy.
Oh, Pasadena. Mission Hills.
LA.
LA.
Texas.
Ooh.
Arkansas.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
And Ellen.
Where were you born?
Accra. Well, I don't really know the name of the city. At Ghana.
Woo! Alright. So think about this as an icebreaker for your students just to get to know each other. You know, like where are they from? Because
Cool.
I knew that because I work with her, but you don't know who was born outside of the United States, so it's kind of cool, right? Okay, very nice. Let's move on. What was this? Kinesthetic. All right. Last hook is? Have a seat. Are any of you doing any type of challenges or games or contests in your classroom? Whether it's by period, by group, things like that.
Yes.
20 seconds to say what it is.
I have them, if they're doing the work for bell work, I give them a ticket. They can use the tickets to help boost the quiz or
Okay?
homework assignment or something like that.
Okay, Marcia?
I
Marcia?
do boys versus girls.
Yes.
To know faster, different medical terms, a whole list, and they can help each other.
Love that.
I did Jeopardy in college, and I'll probably do it as well.
Love Jeopardy. The kids love it.
We did groups who can write down the most medical terms that they could remember.
Oh, yeah. And the fastest. You medical teachers are smart. That's for sure.
We go by groups.
And law enforcement.
Whoever matches the words the most, that's the group that I give. Oh, that's cool.
Love it. So keep doing that. If you're not currently using contests, think about those little tiny things and give a ring pop, give a piece of candy, whatever. So we are giving you today, we're raffling off 2 books. 2 books and 2 merge cubes. If you are a tip teacher or a tip participant last year, you got a book. So if you win, I don't know, do I have any tip teachers in here? You got a book. So if you win, give it up for somebody else today. But if you win a merge cube, you can have them. So let's go. Books. Here we go.
First person is 841170.
I don't have it.
There you go. Yay!
Can you draw the next one for us?
How exciting.
Yeah.
841174.
Yay! Yeah, perfect. That'll be perfect for you.
Draw the next one for us.
2 merge cubes.
You don't have to 68.
Oh, me.
Woo! You get a cube.
I know.
Yay!
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And the last 2 on this are 71.
71.
Yay! That'll be great for your middle school students, right? All right, we do have a parting gift. We will upload this to our website, and you guys will be able to find it. I can also send out, these are on Google Slides, so we can send it to you guys. But we're giving you baseball cards with the hook on it and how you use it on the back to take home with you today. Yeah.
I need about that cube so we can order it.
Yes, we can put it up on the, yeah.
Because I want one.
Hope you guys enjoy.
We did.
Go teach like pirates.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. There you go.